So I wanted to just run a little experiment. I don't know what exactly we're going to learn from it, what I'm going to learn from it, but I'm going to do the first half of this video um, not high. Then in about 5 minutes I'll stop it, get high, come back. And I don't know, I just want to see how I change and if my speech patterns and thought processes are any different. But I'm just as confused about this issue as you are, because there's so many different angles for me to take on this. Obviously, I enjoy smoking. It is pleasurable. It gives my body a feeling of relaxation. Um, it does calm my mind. It makes me feel safe, in a metaphysical way. It makes me feel at home. It makes me feel comfortable. And that could certainly be characterized as running from reality, trying to hide under the covers and stay in bed all day instead of really get out there in the world and start getting stuff done. And I think that's when I really start to question my cannabis use. When I get lazy, when I'm not reading, when I'm not writing, when I'm not participating in some project, um, then smoking becomes the scapegoat. And I don't know if that's just because it's the easiest scapegoat to point out and say, oh, it's the weed's fault. If I just stop smoking weed, then I wouldn't be so lazy. But I don't know, because sometimes I'm lazy and sometimes I'm not lazy, and I'm usually smoking in both instances. So I don't know if the weed is really the reason. Um, if you look at the health consequences of cannabis, do I get sick more often? I don't think so. Do I have ever had bronchitis? No. A lot of the scientific studies that are coming out now are surprisingly, the findings are very surprising. One study done in California by Dr. Tashkin at University of Southern California, maybe, it showed that cannabis smokers, regular heavy users of cannabis, do not have an increased risk of lung cancer. And this was, a study done, a cross-sectional study. People that have been smoking for 20 years have no increased chance of lung cancer. Actually, it was a few percentage points below the norm. There's all these other studies that show that cannabis increases neurogenesis in the brain. In other words, it grows new neurons. It prevents Alzheimer's. There's also other medical uses, but I can't claim to have that. That's one of the reasons that I would continue to smoke, because I don't have Parkinson's or multiple sclerosis or glaucoma or anything like that. But ideally, I think smoking 1 to 2 to 3 times a week, 7-day week, would be ideal for me. That would be what I would get the most benefit from, I think, because I do get benefits from smoking. If I smoke every day, the benefits begin to lower, because the state of mind that I get in is a very creative state if I don't smoke every day. Because smoking every day sort of levels out the high. But if I space it out and I smoke, I won't help myself. I can't stop myself from either making a video or writing or playing guitar or just doing something creative. I want to express these intuitions and these insights that are coming to me as if from outside. It seems like when I'm high, I don't have to try to think anymore. The thoughts just come. But yeah, let's try that experiment. Alright, so we're running this experiment. The independent variable is some very nice cannabis, some nice wet and sticky stuff. Dependent variable is me. So let's get it underway then. I was thinking about what you were saying about emotions and how I seem to be holding back a little bit, and I probably am, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it on purpose. And I think I just tend to lean towards more of that. Excuse me, more of the objective knowledge kind of perspective, and I try to understand what's going on rather than just feel it. But I really don't think there's a difference between the two. I think I'm just expressing my feelings in a more, I don't want to say more refined way. That makes it sound like it's a better way. I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying it's more. It's like comparing water to ice, I guess. And I'm manipulating my feelings in this interesting way, running them through this language center of my brain instead of just letting tears pour out of my eyes, or letting, I guess when you're emotional you still speak as well, but, oh shit, my burrito's beeping. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, got my burrito. It's a little hot, let it cool off. I don't know, what was I trying to accomplish with this experiment? Was this just an excuse to smoke? No, I would have smoked anyways, trust me. I don't know. I mean, there's no reason to get high. No rational reason why you would want to get high. Because I think, I just, the other day I was studying for my anthropology final and I read about Rastafarianism. And that's a religion in which cannabis is a sacrament. And it's used in a religious setting and a framework. So they use it for a specific reason. And that specific reason seems to increase their state of well-being. It makes them happier and more fulfilled. And it's always easy for a Westerner to say that, oh, they're altering their consciousness with something external to themselves and they're weak as a result of that. But that's that sounds true to us, but there's so many philosophical assumptions behind that, and cultural assumptions. And I don't know, should I be like holding myself back from talking about knowledge and all this stuff that doesn't matter, all these things? I mean, I just think that when you analyze these things, I mean, you can really get stuff done. It's not like you're just thinking about nothing. It's all recontextualizing how you experience yourself. And I love to do that. But that idea that cannabis is really separate from us, why can't we be in relationship with a plant and treat it as though it were a part of us, a part of our family, say, and we have a committed relationship with them? And it's beneficial for whatever the purpose of using it is. And I guess I have to figure out what the purpose of using it is. Well, if there's no point to life, then the purpose of using it is to constantly remind yourself that there is no point. And that's not a bad thing, though. But I think my video is running out, so I'll have to talk about why not having a meaning to life. Why not having a meaning to life is actually better than having a meaning.